Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools and DIY channel. Today we're going to learn how to use a cordless paint sprayer. See you right after this. Alright guys, today we're going to talk about how to use a cordless paint sprayer, and we're featuring the Graco TrueCoat 360 Cordless Connect. So as you can see, it's not assembled right now because we're going to get familiar with the different parts of the paint sprayer inside and out. Now this is the mechanical part of the paint sprayer, and right here we have the spray tip. And when the spray tip is pointed in this direction, that's because it's ready to spray. But sometimes you need to unclog your nozzle. That's when you turn the spray tip 180 degrees that way, and that's the position it's in when you're unclogging the nozzle. This is the spray guard, this is the prime knob, and it's also the spray knob. As you can tell, it's actually on the spray position right now, and if you turn it this way, that's the prime position. When the prime knob is in the spray position like it is now, it's directing all the fluid to the spray tip. But when it's in the prime position, it's purging all the air from the pump, because if there's air in the pump, then your paint sprayer won't spray anything. This right here is called the vacuum valve. This is the cup support which houses the flex liner. That's this right here. This is what you pour your paint into. This is your cup lid. You can remove the cup lid by twisting it and unlocking it from the main pump mechanism, like that, and screwing it onto the cup support. And the paint sprayer also comes with a funnel, a strainer, and a strainer air tube. So when you pour your paint in, you just use the funnel. You place it on top of the cup lid, twist to lock, and pour your paint in. Now let's take a look at the vacuum valve. Let's open the lid, and if you look in there, you see a tiny hole in there. The vacuum valve's job is to take all of the air out of the flex liner, because if it doesn't, you can't prime your sprayer. Now, another very important part of the paint sprayer is this right here. This is the pump filter. This catches all the debris and clumps of paint and stops them from clogging the spray tip. If your spray tip starts spitting, you start getting uneven spray, or it's just completely blocked, that's because it's clogged. The pump filter helps to prevent all of that. It also keeps contaminants from getting inside and damaging the pump mechanism. So it makes sure that only clean, properly mixed paint reaches the tip so you can get that good spray pattern. So at this point, you're probably wondering, where's the power source? Where's the trigger? How does this thing work? Well, it is cordless, and it operates with the use of a drill or an impact driver. Regular drill drivers are recommended for slower applications. You have more control, but you got to keep it on the drill setting. With an impact driver, you can use it on any setting, so take your pick. Now, this part of the paint sprayer is to accommodate your drill or impact driver. This is the driver support arm. This is the driver support foot. This is what the driller driver sits on. And this is the driver strap to strap it down. And this right here is the drive shaft. This is what you're going to put into your drill chuck. All right, so there's two ways you can install your drill or impact driver onto your apparatus. First thing you want to do is open your strap. Then you want to place the drive shaft into the chuck of the drill. Put the drill on the drive shaft. Then you want to place the base of the drill onto the foot or the platform, and you just strap it on. Okay, so that's the first way. Now the second way is what's called the gravity feed position. And that's when the sprayer is going to make use of gravity while you're using it. So all you have to do is flip this arm up like this, and then turn it over like that. And then you just do the same thing. You put the chuck onto the drive shaft, and then you just sit it on the foot like that. Take your strap it down, and that's how this configuration would look. Now this configuration with the pump turned upside down is actually ideal when you're using the detail cup. Now this is a smaller cup, holds about 14 ounces of paint, and it's made for smaller projects like doors and furniture. So all you have to do is take it, put it on top of the pump in this case, twist and lock. And you can just take the lid off and you just pour your paint in there. All right, safety alert. This sprayer can build up an internal pressure of 2000 psi. That makes you, the user, or anybody close by at serious risk of what's called skin injection. That means the spray jet coming out of here is powerful enough to pierce your skin and do some serious damage if you're too close to it. So in order to prevent that, a pressure relief system has been integrated into the tool. So whenever you stop spraying, whether it's for servicing the tool, cleaning the tool, when you're setting up your tool to start painting, or anytime you're not using the tool, you want that pressure to be released. So all you have to do is take the prime knob and turn it to the prime position to release the pressure. All right, so the paint sprayer comes with 2 flex liners to put in your cup support. You want to make sure that the top edge of your liner is not crimped, creased, or folded, because that can cause air to leak and then you can lose prime. Then just put the liner in the cup support. Now there's a gasket inside the cup lid and it comes lubricated by the factory. But if over time the lubrication has washed away, they provide you with some seal lube to help you lubricate the gasket once again. So you just take your cup lid, put it onto the cup support top and just screw it on, tighten it on there. Then you want to take your funnel, put it onto the top of the cup lid, twist and lock. Okay, now once again, this is the strainer air tube. This shaft right here that goes down into the funnel, this is going to prevent you from overfilling the cup with paint. All right, so this paint sprayer is meant for water-based paints only. That's latex paints, so just be aware of that. So we're going to take our paint and we're going to pour it into the funnel, and then when it stops draining down, then we know the cup is full. All right, so it stops draining. Now, if you have any excess paint in the funnel, just take the funnel and the cup and pour the excess back into your can. Now, what you want to do is remove the strainer tube and the filter. Just twist it and remove it. Then you should be able to see the crossbars on the circle at the bottom of the funnel. If you can't see that, that means the cup is overfilled and you need to pour some out. So after you check that, you can remove the funnel from the cup. Use this part of the funnel handle, place it on the edge of the can, and you can just leave it like that and let it drain out. All right, next thing you want to do is make sure that the pump filter is still attached. It's nice and clean, no debris in it. Then you want to take your cup, look at the vacuum valve, and align it with the prime knob. Then put the cup onto the sprayer, and then twist counterclockwise and lock it. So at this point, you want to make sure the prime knob is pointing down. Then you want to open the vacuum valve cap. Then you want to squeeze the liner and make sure no bubbles appear in the vacuum valve. That's pretty much making sure the air is out of the cup. Then you want to continue to squeeze the flex liner for 10 seconds while you're pulling the trigger. This is going to purge all the air from the pump and the cup. Nothing's going to spray out of the tip. It's going to recirculate through the pump and back into the cup. When no more bubbles appear in the vacuum valve, release the trigger and close the vacuum valve cap. But make sure that you continue to squeeze the flex liner until the vacuum valve is closed. So you want to squeeze it with one hand and close the cap with the other. So let's squeeze it for 10 seconds. Okay, let's continue to squeeze it and then close the cap. And now we can turn the prime knob to spray. Make sure that the spray tip is in the spray position. That means it's pointing this way. Then we want to point the sprayer into a waste pail. Pull the trigger for 5 seconds to spray out any storage fluid. Remember guys, if you're using a regular drill driver, not the impact driver, make sure that you have it on the drill setting. Any other setting, it won't work. You gotta have it on the drill setting. That's that drill symbol right there. Make sure that's lined up with this arrow here. All right, so we're gonna paint the back of this piece of furniture here. It's like a dresser or armoire. And we're gonna start off first with a horizontal direction, but you gotta make sure that your spray tip is adjusted for horizontal spraying. When you're changing the orientation of your spray guard or spray tip from horizontal to vertical or vertical to horizontal, you don't wanna grab the spray guard here. You just wanna hold it right here and twist. That's how you want your spray tip to look for horizontal spraying. I also have the drill set on speed number 2, but I'll show you number 1, how that looks and sounds. That's number 1. So in order to get a good spray pattern, you want to aim your sprayer about 10 to 12 inches away from the surface. You don't want to tilt the sprayer because that's going to lead to an uneven finish. You want to hit it straight on. And if you notice that the paint is fluctuating or pulsating, then you're moving too fast. If it starts dripping, then you're moving too slow, or you're staying in one place too long. Moving too fast, you're not staying in one place long enough. You don't want to start and pull the trigger when the sprayer is standing still. You want to start off moving, then pull the trigger. Then when you get to the end of a stroke, then you release the trigger while the sprayer is still moving. All right, that's speed number 1. Let's go to speed number 2. Speed number 2 is better. Now, when you finish that pass, you want to start at the bottom of the pass and continue down. You don't have to go back over it. Now, if you want to spray vertically, that's for vertical spraying. Hey, who said drills are just for drilling? Obviously, they're for painting as well. Hey, if you got some value from the video, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.